want to take you through an example of a productized service in real life. This is how it might work in an SEO agency. I do this because I've worked with lots of SEO agencies to do exactly this. It could also be a design agency or a web development company, anything like that, where you do a process for your clients. And usually that process is the same process that you go through for each and every client. The details of the work itself is different for each client because my SEO is different to your SEO. Every website that you do is different. Whatever it is, the work itself is different, but the process that you go through is broadly similar. I find it really useful to go through the workflow of this as a way of showing how the productized service works. Sometimes it's difficult to get your head around a productized service. So let's have a little look. So, productized service, we make the product look like a product, like a box of cereal that you would buy, or a pen. So we put all the complicated stuff around SEO in this case into an easy to choose format for the client that is like a product that they are used to buying. And we put it on the website and we give them a choice, product 1, 2, 3, and we give them some guidance on the website. There'll be some guidance down here underneath each product. If you are this, this is what you should buy. If you are this, and then underneath we've got some small print maybe of what you actually get for the people who like to read all their fine print and make sure that they've got the exact thing that they think that they need, that maybe they don't, who knows. You know your clients. So the client chooses their product, clicks on it, buys it. Depending on the level of complexity, they may just be buying it online, saying, yeah, I want that, put me in. They may even give you the money online and book that service with you. That usually works if it's less than a couple of thousand. If it's going over 1,000, 2,000, they'll probably want a little bit of reassurance if they're a new customer. Existing customers may quite happily just go to the website and go, oh, I need product 2 now. So they buy their product, you sign them up, and then somebody, and we'll come back to this in a minute, does the work, sits on their computer, does the analysis, produces the reports, gives some recommendations for the client, gives a set of templated guides to the next steps of what they should do with all of this data. So they create a package of outputs. The outcomes for the client depends on whether or not they act on the recommendations. But the output is the analysis, the reports, etc. Again, all of this will be different for each client, what's in it, but the spreadsheets, the formats, the recommendations will be the same format for each client. You don't make it different. You make it come off the production line. You fill out that report. And in fact, the guides to the next steps in our SEO agency could easily be a set of PDFs to take them through what they need to do next. Something that is often missing in the work that a bespoke SEO agency does. They just give the analysis and let the client get on with it. And the client goes, oh my God, what do I do with all these spreadsheets? So you see there how our productized service approach can improve what you do for clients. You have a 30-minute Zoom session with the client to walk them through those recommendations and to cement your relationship with the client. So you're both making sure that they understand it, maximizing your impact for the client, and you are in an opportunity to sell them another product. So you might be saying there, right, well, with this shows that we've got all of these things, would you like us to do this for you? And it is product 2. In an SEO agency, from that initial analysis, that product 2 might be, would you like us to do some technical work on your website? And that's another productized service that we sell. And by that point, it's the second sale. They've got some trust in you. You've given them all of this lovely stuff and they buy. So we've got 2 opportunities here to put money in the bank. And by looking at this workflow, we've got a 3rd opportunity to put money in the bank, which is where we schedule to do product 1 all over again. 12 months time, 6 months time. Because in SEO, they go and do their recommendations and they take action, and then we need to do the analysis and the reports and further recommendations all over again. So we put that in the diary in our session here, and voila, you have some recurring income. Let's look at why this productized service approach is so useful. Now, number 1, we've made it really easy to buy. Most people's websites, when you're selling services, are selling why we're a great company, why we're fantastic to work for. Sometimes it has what we do has this impact for you. With this, we simplify all of that down and we say, if you would like to appear on the first page of Google, we can help you to do that. We can improve your rankings, and this is our process, and you need to choose one of our products. And it is simple for the client to buy. There's no toing and froing of initial meetings or dealing with people who are time wasters and never really intend to buy any of that. And the client doesn't have to wait around for you to be available. They can just get in and buy it. If you get super busy and you haven't got capacity, just put sold out for the moment, not taking bookings till September 2023. So you can see how making it easier to buy would maximise money going in the bank. We could all do it with some more clients. The set way of doing things also makes you more efficient, so you can work with more clients. Within all of this, there would be another workflow for this specific company that would say exactly how each of these things should be done, and that would have a lot more steps to it. And that is part of the beauty of the productized service approach, is that you take time to write down all the ways that you do things, strip out anything that you don't actually need to do that doesn't add value for the client, and by putting it down on paper, draw and get out, it makes you think, oh, maybe I could do this step, or I could use this tool, or we could do it this way, and it all becomes fabulous. The other part of this, of course, is that this doesn't need to be you. Once you've written all of this down, maybe you can start to take you out of the equation. Now, you may already have people working for you, but that means that they will be more efficient because they've got this detailed workflow and all of these templates, and they can get through their work a lot faster. Or maybe you've used the odd freelancer to do the work and do something for you, but it's always a bit of a nightmare because they've got their own ways of doing it, and you spend ages and ages telling them exactly how you want it done, and then it's never quite right. With our detailed workflow, you can put any reasonably skilled person in there and it shows them how to do it. So you have your standard operating procedures, your reports that need to be completed, and they can go and do it for you. Lovely. The client walkthrough, you have, maybe that's you doing it just to keep front facing for the client, maybe it doesn't. At each stage of this, you can think about, does that need to be me? Maybe not. And of course, we have our upsell and our recurring income. Lovely. So you can see how this approach starts to become much more of an opportunity to put money in the bank and frees you up to go and do something more interesting than fill out another spreadsheet, because you've probably done lots of those by now. Have a think about how this works for your business. What would be in that workflow? How would you put your products together? What are the main pain points for your client? And see if you can start applying it. It could make all the difference. Want to learn more about the art of productizing your expertise? There are new videos here every week. Here are a couple of good ones to get you going.